The sky above Earth was calm and quiet, a perfect evening for millions of people going about their daily lives. In the orbit above, satellites quietly moved in their paths, carrying messages and watching the world below. Among them, a few scientists noticed something unusual, a strange signal coming from deep space. Dr. Elena Moore, a brilliant scientist at the International Space Observatory, stared at the readings on her screen. The signals were not random. They had patterns. They were intelligent, designed to communicate. She immediately called her team. "This is not just noise," she said. "It's a message from someone out there." Meanwhile, on the surface, world leaders received a formal transmission from the Galactic Council, a powerful alliance of alien civilizations. The message was clear and direct. Humanity must surrender and obey, or face war. The words were cold, mechanical, yet filled with power. Entire nations paused to read the message, but most leaders just laughed. Aliens declaring war. "That's absurd," one politician said. "They cannot threaten us. We are Earth, the strongest planet." In a small control room, Captain Jason Reed, a young and daring pilot, watched the news reports with concern. Unlike the politicians, he understood the danger. "They may be powerful," he whispered. "We cannot ignore this." But even he knew that no one would take him seriously. The world was too confident, too blind to fear. Dr. Moore tried to warn the leaders. She explained the size of the alien fleets, the technology she could detect, the possible consequences of ignoring the warning. But her words fell on deaf ears. Governments laughed, believing humanity was untouchable. "We have nukes, fighter jets, and advanced satellites. What could they possibly do?" One general joked. His confidence was shared by millions. Humanity felt safe, too safe. Even ordinary people mocked the idea of alien war. Social media exploded with memes and jokes. Videos of Earth versus aliens made people laugh. The world treated the warning like a story, like fiction. Even news channels added humor, calling the council a galactic joke. Yet in the darkness of space, the alien ships moved closer, their shadows stretching across the solar system. They were not joking. Their power was immense, and they were patient, waiting for humanity to understand their mistake. Captain Reed prepared for action. He checked his fighter ship and trained his team for a possible confrontation. But without support from leaders, his efforts were limited. Still, he refused to stand idle. He knew the first strike could come any moment, and humanity had better be ready. In the observatory, Dr. Moore continued her research, trying to decode more from the alien signal. She discovered fragments of alien language, warnings of fleets, advanced weapons, and strategies. She felt a chill, realizing the aliens had already planned everything carefully. As the day ended on Earth, no one noticed the tiny lights approaching beyond Mars. Small at first, but growing larger with every hour. Humanity laughed, celebrated, and ignored the warning, not knowing that their time of safety was slipping away, not realizing that the galaxy was about to test their courage. The warning was ignored, but the countdown had already begun. Humanity thought they were safe, but soon they would learn that laughter might not save them. The Council's ships were coming, and the war was about to begin. The morning sun rose over Earth, but not everyone saw it with hope. In the sky above, tiny blips appeared on radar screens, unfamiliar, fast-moving, and organized. At first, the military thought it was a drill, a simulation, but the blips moved with deadly precision, heading straight for Earth's satellite network. Captain Jason Reed was the first to realize the truth. He watched his control screens. "They're here," he muttered. The Council didn't wait. His fighter team scrambled, engines roaring as they raced to intercept the incoming ships. The ground below began to shake as satellites and communications went dark, chaos spreading across continents. Dr. Elena Moore watched from the observatory, panic rising. Her warnings were finally real, and the Council's threat was no longer a message. It was action. Alien drones attacked every major satellite, cutting off global communications. Financial networks failed. Airplanes had to land, and cities went dark. Humanity's laugh had ended, replaced by fear. But even in fear, humans found courage. Nations that had ignored the warnings started emergency defenses. Fighter jets scrambled to intercept drones. Ground defenses fired missiles. And scientists like Dr. Moore began rerouting systems to track alien movements. Captain Reed led his small squad into space, weaving through fast-moving drones, dodging lasers, and returning fire. Each shot counted. Every maneuver mattered. The aliens were relentless. Their ships were larger and more advanced than humans had imagined. But humans were clever, unpredictable, and fearless. They used tactics the Council had never seen. Pilots creating distractions, scientists hacking alien signals, and engineers modifying weapons at lightning speed. For the first time, humans fought back with real strategy, not just hope, on Earth. Ordinary citizens witnessed the chaos. Some panicked, some ran, but many joined in support, sharing resources, helping authorities, and keeping calm under pressure. Humanity's defiance was already showing. They were not weak, they were not defenseless, and they would not surrender without a fight. Captain Reed's fighter team scored small victories, taking down drones one by one. But the alien flagship appeared, massive and glowing, casting a shadow over the planet, its weapons powered up, capable of destroying entire cities in minutes. Reed's heart raced, yet he refused to show fear. "This is only the beginning," he whispered to his team. "We fight, no matter what." Dr. Moore discovered a strange pattern in the alien attacks. They were precise, but predictable in small ways. This gave humans hope. They could learn, adapt, and survive, even against a superior force. She quickly relayed her findings to military command, giving pilots like Reed an edge in the coming battles. As the sun set, the first strike ended. Earth was damaged but not defeated. The alien council had shown their power, but humans had shown their courage. Cities were in ruins, satellites destroyed, but humanity had fought back. Their laughter had ended, replaced by determination and defiance. The night sky was filled with silent alien ships, hovering and watching, waiting. Humanity knew that the real war had just begun. This first strike was a warning, but humans were ready to respond, their spirit unbroken, their courage growing with every challenge. The galaxy would soon learn that humanity was not afraid. The battle had begun, but humanity refused to give up. Captain Jason Reed and his squad regrouped after the first strike, their ships battered but spirits unbroken. "We may be outnumbered, but we are not weak," Reed said, determination shining in his eyes. Dr. Elena Moore worked tirelessly in the observatory, analyzing alien signals. She discovered weaknesses in the Council's attack patterns, small delays, repeated formations, and signals that humans could intercept. She shared her findings with military command, giving pilots a chance to plan smarter attacks. Fighter jets launched into space again. This time with a new strategy, they lured alien drones into traps, used decoys, and attacked in unexpected ways. Each victory was small, but it boosted morale. Humanity's defiance grew with every success, showing the galaxy that humans were clever and fearless. On Earth, people followed the news with hope. Ordinary citizens became part of the fight in their own ways. Engineers built new weapons, programmers hacked alien communications, and volunteers helped the wounded. Humanity was united, a planet ready to defend itself at all costs. Captain Reed led a daring mission to infiltrate an alien supply ship. Flying deep into enemy territory, his team dodged laser fire and enemy patrols, using every trick and maneuver they could imagine. The aliens were surprised, unprepared for humans to act boldly, and some ships were destroyed from within. Meanwhile, Dr. Moore decoded more of the alien language, discovering plans for the Council's main fleet. She realized humans had a chance to strike at the heart of the enemy. If they acted quickly and cleverly, the tide of war could shift. The young pilot felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders, but he was not afraid. He knew humanity's spirit was stronger than any weapon. Every human alive had the same goal: survival, defiance, and victory. The Council had underestimated humans, and that mistake could cost them dearly. Alien ships tried to regroup, but humans adapted faster than expected. They set traps, created false signals, and turned the Council's strength against them. The small victories of humans sent ripples of panic through alien command. The mighty Council realized that defeating humanity would not be easy. On the ground, news of the victories inspired hope. People no longer laughed or mocked. They cheered, supported, and prepared for the battles to come. Humanity had shown that courage, intelligence, and unity could challenge even the greatest threats. Captain Reed's team returned from the mission, battered but triumphant, carrying critical information about the alien flagship. They knew this knowledge could turn the next battle in humanity's favor, but they also knew the fight was far from over. The real war had only just begun. As night fell, Earth's skies were filled with alien ships again, but humans were ready. Fighter jets, satellites, and ground defenses were positioned with new strategies. Humanity had struck back, proving they were not afraid. Their laughter had returned, not in mockery, but in defiance. The galaxy was watching, and for the first time, it realized that humanity was not weak. Humans could fight, humans could adapt, and humans could win. The battle had begun, but humanity's spirit shone brighter than any weapon, and the Council's confidence began to waver. The galaxy was vast, but even powerful alliances had secrets. Captain Jason Reed and his team studied the alien fleet from orbit. Noticing unusual patterns, some ships moved independently, almost as if they were not following orders. Dr. Alina Moore discovered something shocking in the alien signals. Not all members of the Galactic Council wanted war. Some were hesitant, some were questioning the mission. This was a chance humanity could not miss. The Council's power was great, but internal conflict could be exploited. Humans had to act carefully, using courage and strategy. Captain Reed led a small team on a reconnaissance mission, sneaking past patrols to observe the alien command center. They witnessed officers arguing, divisions appearing in the fleet. Humans had never expected to see weakness in the enemy. On Earth, Dr. Moore worked day and night, decoding more messages. She realized the Council was not united. Some factions could even be persuaded to stop fighting. Humanity had a rare advantage, knowledge the aliens would never admit. Reed shared the findings with Global Command, and new strategies were planned, targeting the Council's weakest points. Meanwhile, human engineers developed special ships capable of small, precise attacks. Using speed, stealth, and intelligence, they could hit alien supply lines, communications, and isolated ships. Human ingenuity was turning the tide, showing that courage and brains could overcome brute strength. Captain Reed and his squad launched daring missions, avoiding the main fleet and hitting key targets. The aliens were confused, their internal disagreements slowing their response. Humanity was not just fighting for survival, they were reshaping the battlefield. Every mission carried risks, but each success built confidence. As they prepared for a major strike at the alien flagship, humans discovered that one faction of the Council was willing to communicate. An alien officer secretly offered guidance, sharing weaknesses and tactics. Humans had never imagined such an opportunity, but they seized it without hesitation. This alliance would be small, fragile, but powerful enough to make a difference. Back on Earth, citizens watched the news in amazement. Humans were no longer defenseless. They were clever, brave, and capable of turning enemies into allies. The morale of Earth rose, and every victory, no matter how small, inspired hope. Captain Reed's team infiltrated the edge of the alien flagship's defenses. Carefully avoiding detection, they observed the alien command, learning the layout, the power systems, and the fleet's next movements. The information was vital, and every detail counted. Humanity's next move depended on this intelligence. As night fell across the planet, Earth's skies were filled with alien ships, but the humans were ready. They knew the Council was divided, and that weakness could be exploited. Captain Reed prepared for a daring strike, one that could change the course of the war. Humans had discovered a secret the Council had hoped would remain hidden, and they would use it to their advantage. The galaxy was watching as humans acted boldly, turning knowledge into power. Humanity had learned that courage was not enough. Strategy, intelligence, and unity were the true weapons. The Council had underestimated humans once again, and now the real battle for the heart of the conflict was about to begin. The final battle had begun. The alien flagship loomed over Earth, massive and glowing, casting shadows across oceans and cities. Captain Jason Reed and his team prepared for their most daring mission yet. Their goal was clear: strike at the heart of the Galactic Council and end the war. Dr. Lena Moore worked feverishly, sending final intelligence reports. She had discovered the core systems of the alien fleet, the weak points, and the critical communications channels. Every detail mattered, every second counted. Humanity's survival depended on precision, courage, and unity. The human fleet launched, small ships weaving through alien defenses. Fighter jets dodged lasers, missiles streaked across the sky, and stealth ships infiltrated the alien flagship. Humans moved with determination. Their strategy was bold and unpredictable. Just like their spirit, Captain Reed led the charge, his fighter weaving through enemy fire. He aimed for the flagship's core, dodging explosions and debris. Every move was risky, but there was no choice. Humanity had to act. The alien officers were surprised, some panicked, their internal divisions slowing their response. Dr. Moore coordinated from orbit, guiding pilots and ships through the chaos. Humanity's technology, combined with intelligence from the Council's dissenters, allowed them to strike where it hurt the most. Alien ships began to falter, communications jammed, systems failing. The mighty Council could not recover quickly enough. On Earth, people watched the skies, hearts pounding. Cities trembled as alien ships exploded or retreated. But humans held fast, defending their home with courage and ingenuity. Ordinary citizens cheered, supported rescue efforts, and helped maintain order. Every human on Earth felt the pride of defiance. Captain Reed's team finally reached the core of the flagship, planting charges that would destroy the command systems. The countdown began, tension filling every second. The aliens tried desperately to stop them, but humans moved faster, smarter, and braver. The flagship erupted in a massive explosion, a brilliant light visible even from Earth. Alien forces scattered, some retreating, some surrendering. Humanity had won this battle. The Galactic Council had underestimated human courage, ingenuity, and unity, and it had cost them dearly. As the smoke cleared, humans celebrated cautiously. Earth was battered but still standing. Humanity had laughed in defiance, and survived. The victory was theirs. Not because of superior power, but because humans never gave up, never feared, and never surrendered. Captain Reed looked at the stars, thinking of what lay ahead. The galaxy was vast, full of unknown dangers, but humanity had proven itself capable of facing any challenge. Dr. Moore smiled, knowing that this was only the beginning. Humans had the heart, the courage, and the intelligence to survive whatever came next. The Council had declared war, expecting fear and submission, but humanity had responded with laughter, defiance, and action. They had fought not just for survival, but for their freedom. Their victory was a message to the galaxy. Humans may be underestimated, but they can never be controlled. The war had ended, but the story of humanity's courage would continue. A new era had begun, one where humans had shown that spirit, bravery, and unity could defy the odds. The galaxy would remember, humanity had laughed at war, and in that laughter, they had won.